Do you really think your attention still belongs to you? Or has it slowly been taken without you noticing? Think about your day. You wake up, you reach for your phone, not because you decided to think, but because something pulls you. Notifications, messages, short videos, news. It feels normal. But normal does not mean natural. This is where it gets uncomfortable. Your attention is the most valuable resource in the modern world. Not oil, not gold, not even data. Attention. Because attention controls behavior. What you focus on shapes what you think. What you think shapes what you believe. What you believe shapes your decisions, and your decisions shape your life. Now let me ask you something simple. When was the last time you chose what to think about without a screen suggesting it? Most people cannot answer that. Most people are reacting all day. And this is not accidental. It is built this way. Social media platforms do not sell content. They sell your time. The longer you stay, the more money they make. So their goal is simple. Keep you scrolling, keep you watching, keep you emotionally involved. Let me explain the mechanism. Your brain loves novelty. It reacts to movement. It seeks social approval. It pays attention to conflict. Digital platforms use all of that. Infinite scroll removes stopping points. Short videos reduce your attention span. Notifications create fake urgency. Likes and comments trigger dopamine. This is not conspiracy. It is business. If outrage keeps you longer, outrage spreads. If fear keeps you longer, fear spreads. If drama keeps you longer, drama spreads. Calm content does not perform well. Depth does not perform well. Slow thinking does not perform well. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because if the system rewards stimulation, you will live in constant stimulation. And if you live in constant stimulation, your brain never rests. You start feeling tired, but not physically. Mentally, you feel distracted. You open apps without thinking. You switch between tasks. You cannot focus like before, and you think it is your fault. You think you lack discipline. But listen carefully. You are fighting systems built by thousands of engineers, designers, and data scientists. Their job is to understand your behavior better than you understand yourself. Every pause you make on a video is tracked. Every like teaches the system what you enjoy. Every comment reveals your emotions. Over time, the algorithm learns you. It predicts what will keep you engaged, and then it feeds you more of it. Slowly, your world becomes customized, not for truth, for engagement. This is important. If you react to anger, you see more anger. If you react to fear, you see more fear. If you react to luxury, you see more luxury. The system amplifies what keeps you hooked, not what makes you wise. And this shapes your perception of reality. You start believing the world is more extreme than it is, more divided than it is, more dramatic than it is, because calm reality does not generate clicks. Most people never notice this. They think they are just consuming content, but content is shaping them. Let me slow this down. When your attention is fragmented all day, you lose the ability to think deeply. Deep thinking requires silence. It requires boredom. It requires time. But boredom has been removed from your life. The moment you feel it, you open your phone. The moment you wait in line, how you scroll. The moment you feel discomfort, you distract yourself. So your brain never trains patience. It never trains focus. It never trains stillness. And without those, independent thinking becomes weak. This is not dramatic. It is subtle. Control in the modern world is not loud. It is quiet. It does not force you. It distracts you. And distracted people do not question much. They react. They argue. They scroll. But they rarely step back and observe the system itself. Ask yourself honestly, how often do you consume information without checking who benefits from it? Who profits from your time? Who profits from your attention? Because here is the hard truth. If a platform is free, you are not the customer. You are the product. Your attention is packaged, measured, sold to advertisers. And the more predictable you become, the more valuable you become. Predictable people are profitable people. And this is where it becomes deeper. When your attention is constantly guided, your sense of choice feels real, but it is influenced. You think you discovered that video, but it was recommended. You think you chose that topic, but it was suggested. You think you formed that opinion alone, but it was repeated to you many times. Repetition creates familiarity. Familiarity creates belief. This is basic psychology, and digital systems use it perfectly. You were not supposed to question this. You were supposed to enjoy the convenience. And yes, technology gives benefits. Connection, information, opportunity. This is not about rejecting technology. It is about understanding the trade. You receive convenience. They receive your focus. And if you do not control your focus, someone else will shape it. Now here is something important. It is not entirely your fault. You are not trained to defend your attention. School teaches you to memorize. It does not teach you to manage digital stimuli. Nobody explained the attention economy to you. You entered it without armor. But now you know, and awareness changes everything. The first step is noticing. Notice how often you check your phone automatically. Notice how certain content changes your mood. Notice how fast your mind jumps between things. Observation creates distance. Distance creates control. Second step, create friction. Turn off non-essential notifications. Remove apps from your home screen. Set specific times for consumption. Small changes reduce automatic behavior. Third step, train depth. Read long articles. Watch long interviews. Have conversations without screens nearby. Sit alone without music or scrolling. It will feel uncomfortable at first. That discomfort is detox. Your brain recalibrating. Because attention is like a muscle. If you train distraction, you get weaker focus. If you train focus, you get stronger thinking. And this is powerful because once you control your attention, you control your direction. Most people never reach this stage. They live reacting to trends, reacting to outrage, reacting to notifications. But conscious people choose what deserves their focus. Let me leave you with something to think about. If someone controlled what you see, they influence what you think. If they influence what you think, they influence how you act. And if they influence how you act, they influence your future. So the real question is not, is social media bad? The real question is, who owns your attention right now? Is it you, or is it the system? Now let's go deeper, because selling your attention is only the surface. The real power is shaping your perception. Think about this carefully. If I control what you see every day, I slowly influence what you believe is normal. And if I influence what feels normal, I influence your standards, your expectations, your fears, your desires. This is subtle control, not force, influence. Look at your feed. Luxury, success at 22, perfect bodies, constant drama, breaking news every hour. After months of this, your brain adjusts. Normal life starts to feel slow. Your progress feels small. Silence feels empty. This is why you feel behind. This is why you feel restless. Not because your life is bad, but because comparison is constant. And comparison keeps you consuming. Let me ask you something uncomfortable. How many of your goals are truly yours? And how many were planted? Did you want that lifestyle? Or did you see it 500 times? Did you want that product? Or did repetition make it familiar? Most people never question this. Repetition creates desire. Desire creates action. Action creates profit. And the cycle continues. But here is the invisible layer. When your attention is constantly stimulated, your emotional reactions increase. You become easier to trigger, easier to divide, easier to guide. Anger spreads fast online. Fear spreads fast online. Outrage spreads very fast online. Why? Because strong emotions keep you engaged, and engagement keeps the system alive. Calm thinking does not go viral. Nuance does not go viral. Long reflection does not go viral. So the digital world becomes louder, more extreme, more dramatic. And slowly you adapt to that tone. Real conversations feel boring. Real progress feels slow. This is not by accident. It is incentive. Platforms reward what keeps attention, not what builds wisdom. Now here is the dangerous part. When you are constantly distracted, you stop asking bigger questions. You focus on daily noise, trends, scandals, arguments. But you rarely step back and ask, who benefits from my distraction? Because a distracted person does not build. A distracted person does not reflect. A distracted person reacts. And reactive people are predictable. Predictable people are easy to influence. Let me slow this down. If you cannot sit alone for 10 minutes without stimulation, your mind is not fully yours. If you feel anxiety when there is silence, your nervous system is overstimulated. If you reach for your phone during any small discomfort, you are avoiding yourself. This is not judgment, it is awareness. And remember, it's not entirely your fault. You grew up in the middle of the attention economy. You were trained to consume before you were trained to think. But now you see it, and seeing it changes your position, because once you see the pattern, you can step outside of it. Here are simple actions. First, choose your inputs. Unfollow accounts that create insecurity. Mute noise. Curate your feed intentionally. Second, create daily no screen time, morning or night. Protect those moments. That is where clarity grows. Third, replace passive scrolling with active learning. Read books. Write your thoughts. Have deep conversations. Train your brain to hold one idea longer. Because depth is power, and the system does not train depth. You must train it yourself. Here is the truth. Your attention is your life. Where your attention goes, your energy follows. Where your energy goes, your results follow. If your attention is scattered, your life feels scattered. If your attention is focused, your life becomes intentional. This is not about deleting apps. It is about reclaiming ownership. You do not need to escape society. You need to become conscious inside it. Because the most powerful position today is not loud influence. It is silent awareness. So I ask you again, who owns your attention? And more importantly, what kind of person do you become if you fully take it back? If this made you think, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and share this with someone who needs to wake up.